Hello and welcome back to the roads of Elden Ring. Today we are going to start exploring the Rauh-Ruins. If we have a look at the map over here, it's this green area. But I'm probably going to need 2 episodes for this, because as you can see they're quite big. And especially the second part is quite vertical, so I might need a bit more time for that. Also, I don't really like this area, so splitting it up in 2 areas is quite nice for me myself. Why I don't like this area? Well, it's very open and there isn't really that much in it, other than like a few spots. In a few spots there's a lot of stuff, but then in a lot of other places, isn't really that much. But look at that. We can finally see the sun in the game. Ooh, it exists. But look at that. What a great view. And it's time... yeah. It's time to activate the fog. Why not? I hate it. I hate it so much. Please, Mr. Game. Give me better weather. It looked so nice. This looks great. But then the fog? No. I don't want to have fog. But now I basically have a good understanding on how I'm going to make the thumbnail. I hope the fog will disappear. Starting off with the first area over here. We're starting with this one. And then the second area is like when we go over this bridge. I might or might not do this episode. We will see. But we're starting out here. We just came from the Shadow Keep over here. Yeah, that's the name of this long ass bridge. And we ended up in this place. There's not really much more to this place. It's just this elevator and then the bridge. Not even an... oh no, there's an elevator, yeah. This elevator and then straight the way to the bridge. Nothing to see here. But doesn't this look nice? Like, it looks amazing. The gameplay is kind of boring, but this looks amazing. It's very wide. If we have a look at the map, there are basically 2 paths that we can take. Technically 3, but we can go the obvious path that the game even hints us towards, like, this looks like a path, right? It's not just me, right? So that's one path, and then of course in the other direction there's another path. So let's go this way first. We can even look down, because there might or might not be a possible jump that we can do here, but, well, I know better. There is not. At least not a mandatory one. But if you're going through this game the first time, there might be... I mean, there might be the possibility, right? Oh, maybe I have to jump down, or maybe I have to look behind the structure, and maybe they've hidden something here. Or no, they didn't do that. I'm kind of glad they didn't. But also, not many secrets here. But whatever. Here we have an elevator in this area that leads us down to the next lower platform. And the ruins themselves, we'll find a lot of blood fiends and a few other creatures that I will point out in some time. But of course, blood fiends and their dogs. Luckily in these ruins, or in this part of the ruins, there's not a chieftain. With chieftain, I mean the slightly bigger one that tanks a lot and doesn't really stagger all that much. We have a shaman, at least. I mean, I would call them shaman. The one with the bident, with the fork, whatever it's called. I kind of find weird this corridor over here. And it also feels weird to be able to ride on torrent in this building. But the corridor is kind of weird because it's slightly elevated. It doesn't really feel like a doorway. Or is it just me? It feels like... What is like the movie? Is it like The Cube or something, where you have like all these very similar looking rooms in form of cubes, and then you have your connector to another cube or whatever? Kind of reminds me of that. I can't even remember if the movie was good, but whatever. Now we're on the lower part, this part right here. We have a staircase here leading even lower. We'll do that later. There's some blood fiends patrolling here. And let's see, is there something here? Just some thin beast bones that you can probably get in this place a lot by just hunting animals. So down the staircase we go, and here we have one of the few happy hippos. Excuse me. Or maybe not that happy once you've dealt with them. I believe all of them drop Shadow Tree fragments, so you definitely want to fight them if you want to get stronger. One cool thing about this area is that you can see all the different other areas from here, which is amazing. And even with the fog, I might just say that this is the only place where fog improves the landscape, I feel like. Makes it look like many different islands. Kinda cool. Like with Ballarat over here, and then the enshrouded Enir Elim. The starting area over there. There's something over here. I think that's the one where you... Yeah. The Northern Nameless Mausoleum over here. This burned down church. Of course, a furnace golem. Some flickering over there. The Cathedral of Manus Matter or something. What is it called? Jagged Peak, right? The middle, like the suppressing pillar or something. Looks quite nice. And the big as moon over there, while we have a rather... Like, where's the sun even? Sun was there. But then I made it morning. Whatever. This game just looks amazing, even though even though the individual graphics, like if you have a look at the textures and such, they're not that great. But the overall thing looks great. Which only speaks for the developers, really. Or at least the artists. But there isn't really much to do here. Like we can explore the landscape and stuff like that, but there isn't really at least I can't remember there being a mage item. Kinda unfortunate that there isn't a hidden path behind the waterfall or something. But this area right here is just pointless. Don't get me wrong, I'm kinda glad that we can go here, but you can't do stuff here. And the area down there, we've already reached, or we could already reach, by entering the teleporter over here at the at the single belfry. There's a teleporter teleporting us to this lower area over here, where there's this one bird warrior, and then we get the probably most useless talisman there is, which is the, what is it called? The Verdigris discus. Quite the useless one. I mean, there's one use and one use only, but it's not worth it, I feel like. Alright, now you can decide to just teleport back, because that's quicker. That is way quicker. Now we can... Of course, no torrent allowed over here, but once we're out, there we go. Now we can explore the ruins. And just so you know, there isn't shit to explore here. As you can see, like, I mean, there's stuff to explore, but there isn't anything over here. Except for one thing, which isn't really necessary, but it hints at something. We have this area over here, where you can jump down, and yes, there was an item over there, but we're getting here later on as well. So you can decide to jump down there, but it's not necessary. But it's obscured by a wall, by a illusory wall. So that's probably the reason why they've put this in place, so that, like, if you have an illusory wall just there, then it's very hard to, like, even check, right? Why would you check every single wall? It's just a waste of time. I mean, some people do it, but it feels like a waste of time, and most likely you feel stupid doing it. Most of the time. But then there's this one wall that all of the sudden is an illusory one. Nah. I'm not doing that. And here we can do some fun stuff with these routes, jumping up these routes, but goodbye, torrent. Goodbye, torrent. And welcome back, torrent. Right. Here we have the entrance. But that's... Isn't that one of two entrances? Can't remember. Shit, I can't remember. Oh, that's stupid. Shouldn't there be one entrance below? That's too far below. Nope, nope. Let's go through here. I might get confused otherwise. Maybe have a look up here. Looks so nice. Okay, let's go inside and see what this place is all about. Here we're getting baited by a Shadowlands crystal lizard. The dude with the pot. You're supposed to rush at them and then, oh yeah, I got my revealed spirit ash. But then you have this curse blade chasing you. So be careful. We have a curse blade lurking up here. Probably using this dude as bait. Hello, good sir. Or ma'am, whatever. Good. Now that we're inside, we have two paths. Doesn't matter which way we go. This is just... it's a single path. Not really much you can do here. And another pot boy. What do you have? Nothing, great. And this is basically the gameplay of this place. Of course, on some of the routes you have some items. Most of them aren't really anything good. But the structure kind of reminds me here The structure kind of reminds me of the ruins of Isolith from Dark Souls 1. Maybe it's just me, but they also feel kind of empty, like this place. You might be tempted to jump down here. Don't even know if it's possible. Let's see. Where's my... There we go. Just test it out. What the... Excuse me? Oh. No, 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 no. Ooh, no. Ah, shit. Oh, not shit. Good. The fuck? Okay, I need to test this. Hey! I got tricked. Oh well, now we're somewhere where I don't want to be. This turned out to be chaotic. We can simply just right up here. And here we have some scorpions. It kind of reminds me of Lost Isolith. In the way that it's very, like, huge structures and lost civilization, and I can't open this door. Where's the... Is there a lever? There's a lever. Right. Wrong button. Lost civilization, bunch of scavengers, and not really much content. I feel like, yeah. I mean, it's not like there is no content here, but it's like... It's so... non-specific, nothing out of the ordinary. So far, at least. Nothing we haven't seen so far. But in this room we have... I think, at least, we have the hidden path. And I wonder how you're supposed to see this. Okay, it glows a bit differently, right? We have these, it's almost bluish, like the outlines of this statue on the outside, like these parts. So if we hit them, they disappear, but is that really the hint? And then this is the place where that we could approach from a different angle and jump down here. But then you're kind of on the opposite side and you don't know where you are. So I wouldn't recommend going here this way, approaching this place from this way. But now it's getting a bit more confusing, but not really. There's really only one path. Well, technically two paths right now. We have this door that we can open this time by hand. And then we have this small window over there. And the pot boy. What's inside your pot? Come on. Spirit calculus. Useless items. Now that's a big open area, right? If you're wondering what spirit calculus is, where is it? It's crafting material. Great. And we have this open area where there are a bunch of scorpions here. Or spider scorpions, I think they're called. But you can definitely approach this place from a different angle. Let me quickly see. Might be a bit confusing because I'm just rushing through here. Oh yeah, there we have it. but I just wanted to know... Okay, good. Let's go outside. I want to know where the outside leads me to. Because we're now on the... Oh. Oh. There's the second path, right. If you're wondering, right, wondering where we are right now, maybe it's a bit easier if I stand over here and look to these towers. That's where the bridge is. It's this part. There's this elevator leading us to this area over here, which is slightly lower. This is we can jump down to this place, which is technically completely unnecessary, but you could potentially jump down here. From up there you can jump down to this part and then down to this to this area we're at right now. So technically there are two paths inside, but also technically only one. A bunch of scorpions in this room. Kind of forgot about this room, to be honest. It just leads around. They really like building these... let's not call them nonsensical, because they're not nonsensical, but these loops. And now we have... Like, they like to do these round circles, or this... It's kind of hard to see here, right? It's just... You go around, you find a few items, and then you keep going. Kind of uninteresting to me, at least. Here we have another curse blade in this room. Where is it? Oh, up there. Standing up there, lurking, trying to assassinate the player, or trying to ambush the player, I should say. Few pot boys here and there. And then this one you can actually jump down to, because we have a strong wind here, like a spirit spring is down there, and it will cushion your fall with torrent. But I feel like if you jump down there, you're getting confused, or at least I would get confused if I would jump down there. And there's definitely another way. What you can do is maybe drop a rainbow stone or whatever and come back later. Because in the case you will die, in the case you die, then at least you have a better understanding on where you were before and where not. And also you have this room to explore, right? And in this room, there's another spirit spring. So we basically only have two paths now. This spirit spring or the other one, and it doesn't really matter. We're here, let's jump down here. And soon you will realize we're at that we will see the other spirit spring as well. Let's drop a rainbow stone over here and go this path, I guess. Here we start, unfortunately, seeing the flies. I don't really like this enemy type. If you've seen the other episodes, it's not that the enemy type is bad, it's that there are so many of the same enemy that they have no variety. And on top of that, that they're basically just ripped out of Dark Souls 3. So you had them in 2 games, in this game just with a different skin. But with same attacks and such, it doesn't feel good. we just get the Iron Crucible Feather Talisman, which improves back steps, like this one, this move, the back step, not the back step, not the attack, the evasion move. But you take, as every single Crucible Talisman, you take increased damage, which is, I can remember this one at release being fairly good in PvP, or annoying at least. But later on, I don't think it holds up much. Now we are already here, so I did actually make a mistake. Or did I? It's been some time since I've been here, but shouldn't there be... There's this Spirit Spring, but aren't these two Spirit Springs connected? Yeah, there's the other one. No mistakes were made. I just went the wrong way. This video already feels like a mess, because I'm all over the place. But this is the other Spirit Spring. Let's jump up this one. This is the Spirit Spring that is connected to the somewhat more open area over here, with the Curse Blade that ambushes the player. And then the other one, like, let's drop 2 stones down here. Or not. I just pressed the wrong button. And then the other one is not that much further away, which you can access by going through the one door that you have to push open yourself without a lever to open it. The door right around the corner over here. And then we are almost already through this place. We just have to fight, not really a boss, but it kind of feels like a boss fight. And you don't actually have to fight them, you can sneak around them. It's not a boss fight, or not even a mini boss fight. There's no health bar for the boss, like no pronounced health bar. But we have a special Crucible Knight over here. This one has a hammer and very special moves. But what you can do is sneak around or walk around them, so you don't have to fight them directly. Kinda looked like there were a Spirit Spring here through the wall. There is a Spirit Spring here. Is it the one inside? I need to check that out. It's probably the one that is further away, that is connected to the open area. And this is quite the nice, what is it called? Visual storytelling here. Let's quickly activate the Site of Grace that is over here. I get a bunch of things here as well, because there's another cross. Activate that thing, and quickly have a look at the cross. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here the last of the flesh of my body. The final piece, that's the final cross. We're already done with the crosses, very nice. But what am I talking about storytelling here? We've gotten the dry leaf arts, or dry leaf whirlwind art, Ash of War. This skill represents the pinnacle of Dane's footwork-based martial artistry. Rise into the air with a series of spinning kicks before crashing down with one final strike. Imbues kicking attacks with energy, increasing their range. Usable on hand-to-hand weapons, right? And he actually had a little camp here. And he probably trained with this waterfall as well. Probably. We got the arts of the Ash of War here, so he probably trained or did some meditating over there. At least that's what I can imagine. But now let's see what's so special about this Crucible Knight. And sadly enough, this one has, or also has, a very unique, what's it called? Aspect of the Crucible attack. Spell attack, incantation. But unfortunately, this is also one that we can't. Come on. That we can't use. Similar to aspect of the Crucible tongue. Come on, do your special move, please. There we go. Isn't that unfortunate? Do it again. But I wonder, I haven't really tried to parry this one, but I can imagine that you can parry them. Or maybe not. This one not. Oh. Come on. Don't be shy. Okay, this I can't parry. But I don't even know how I would call this aspect of the Crucible attack. And I don't think I can parry the hammer. Usually you can't parry two-handed weapons like this. And I mean, my parry timing is off as fuck, but... It doesn't feel like it's possible. Maybe it is, and I'm just too bad, but... But this was Devonia. Let's read her weapon. I think her, right? Great hammer wielded by Devonia, longest serving of the Crucible Knights. Weapon forged of primordial gold, marked by its reddish hue and inhabited by ancient holiness. A torrent of life is engraved upon the striking face. A torrent of life. What is that supposed to mean? Where is the hammer? Let me see the hammer. Where is it? Where are the hammers? Getting closer. No, not this one. Or it's not a hammer. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's supposed to be a torrent of life. Looks like roots to me, but hey. Who am I, right? But now I quickly need to see which Spirit Spring that is. But we're here at the end already. At least that's as much as I will cover in this episode. In the other episode that you can look forward to, I hope I'm a bit more composed. But it's also going to be the more interesting episode. First of all, the area over there is quite a bit more complex than this one. This is fairly easy to navigate, but this is technically also fairly easy to navigate if you're composed yourself, but it has quite a lot more... it's quite a bit more confusing. Quite a bit. So If you're looking for someone guiding you through that, I hope I can do that next episode. But here you don't really need help. It's fairly simple. There's sometimes there are 2 paths, but that's really it. No more than 2. And the enemies in here, other than the curse blades, are not really that tough. Scorpions are fairly easy, as at least if you have the right weapons. Maybe even if you don't. Like, the scorpions aren't really that hard. Curse blades, though, they might trouble you. But let's quickly see. Must be the second. Looks about right from the depths here. And kind of fits. I missed the mark though a bit. So maybe if I drop some... I probably can't see them through the wall, but I can try. And then I can try to put one a bit closer. Yeah, it's right in the wall. You see the blue light? Nice. I wouldn't know, it's probably this one. I mean, there's no other spirit spring, but would be kind of funny if you could use it from the outside, because they kind of messed up the hitbox of the thing. Even though you can't really reach anything, because you probably have a ceiling, but that's fine. And this is one of the reasons why it reminds me of Izalith. Of Lost Izalith, because you have some routes that leads you to minor structures, and it's also almost as empty as Lost Izalith. Might be one of the other things. No, I can't see my beam, but it is it. It is the right one, okay. Whatever. So, let's see, what do I think of this area? So far. So far, I was not, and I'm still not very, not convinced. This area feels kind of boring, up to this point at least. Over there it's getting a bit better, over on the other side. It's getting a bit better. But there are also parts where it's getting worse, just because of the enemies. But the level design over there is at least a bit better, but you will see that next episode. But let's talk about this area, or the eastern Rauh-Ruins. The level design is a nice ease in, I would say, easing you into the main part over here. Like, it's building the tension, it's building the misery. It's building the mystery of this place. It's building your expectations, and you're getting more and more excited to explore more of this area. Sadly enough, though, the complexity isn't really there yet, which is fine. That's not what I mean with unfortunately. But the enemies we fight in here are boring. There's nothing new here. Unfortunately enough, there won't be anything new in this area as well. So, no new enemy type. But at least it's something. Maybe if you count these bird dudes down there, then yes, there is a new enemy type up here. Technically it's true, right? We haven't seen them so far. But I don't know. They feel very similar to the beast warriors, or to the other warrior type enemies. So not really that many new, and like, technically we have this bird dude, this one bird dude, and then the Crucible Knight. But even Crucible Knights are nothing new. At least this one is a different variant. But other than that, the gameplay itself is very It's very spread out, I would call it. Like, there is not that much density, there's not much intensity in this whole place. It's very spread out. Like, instead of having a pile of chocolate, you have a more evenly spread sheet of chocolate, if I would call it like that. But still, it's I don't know, it feels too empty, at least, especially the parts that are outside. They, to me, feel way too empty. Item-wise, we haven't gotten any items. Like, sure, some items here and there, but other than the hammer from the Crucible Knight, was there something special? I can't remember. And that must mean something. Like, sure, we've gotten the thing in the whatever it was in this place here in the hidden area where we can approach from the outside. It's one of these items that I already have in my inventory, and I don't even know what it is. Let's quickly see. I think it's the Bond Stone. Causes a spiritual explosion, consuming sprite dwelling within spirit stones. I think this is the item that we're supposed to get there. If I'm wrong, whoops. But if I'm not wrong, then where the fuck? There. It's a usable item. Itself does nothing. It's like it's doing nothing. So we need one of the... Put this here. As the item description says, you need one of the sprite stones. And what the sprite stone does is this. Like, you send out this sprite, then at some point, probably, come on, do something. Apparently it flies. Oh no, there we go. And at some point it explodes. I don't know if it deals much damage, because I haven't really used them, but they explode. And what you can do with the Bond Stone, you saw how long it flew. Let's send out another one, then switch to the Bond Stone, and use the Bond Stone to let it explode instantaneously. So what you can technically do you can't even, they will despawn. Oh, and if they hit something, they explode. But what the fuck? Like, I would imagine you can send out like multiple sprite stones and then do big boom, but no, not even a big boom. And you need two items, one consumable and one, and the Bond Stone for it. It's kind of, I don't know, it feels kind of bad. So nothing special other than the hammer, which is kind of good, somewhat good. Yeah, I don't know. This area over here is the reason why I really don't like the Rauh-Ruins all that much, because it's boring. This part is boring. It looks great, but the structures kind of lack purpose. They only feel like a holy site, like a big ass holy site. You can't really see anything other than that in there. So, hooray, another temple of some sort. Kinda boring. But yeah, maybe you have a different opinion. Let me know what you think about at least the first part over here. And I guess that's already it. Hope I haven't scared you away with the chaos that was this episode. I hope the next one will be better. In fact, it can't even be worse. It's kind of hard to make it worse than this one. But yeah, that's it from me, and goodbye.